Web hacking with Termux. Yes, we can hack websites with just a phone or with Termux application. But for that, you should know different types of web attacks and also if that website is vulnerable to those web attacks or not. In short, you need to learn and practice different types of web attacks. But how can you practice different types of web attacks with just a phone? There are so many vulnerable web applications available out there on which you can practice web hacking. And one of them is BWAP, that is Buggy Web Application that lets you practice over 100 types of different attacks. I was using BWAP in my Kali Linux machine. And then I had a thought that can we install this BWAP in Termux application so that one can practice web hacking with just a phone. So I gave it a try and after a few hours I finally installed BWAP in my phone with the help of Termux application. I was able to perform all the different types of web attacks on BWAP application that I just installed in my phone. So you can also practice web hacking in phone with the help of Termux application by installing BWAP. So let's see how to install BWAP in Termux. First of all, make sure that you have installed Termux from F-Droid, not from Play Store. And after the installation is completed, open your Termux application and we are ready to get started. The very first command will be apt update and an apt upgrade. This will update the list of packages and upgrade all the upgradable packages so that we won't get any unable to locate package error or anything like that. After it is completed, we need to install some packages and one of them is Apache. So type apt install Apache 2 and then the next package will be wget. We will be using wget to download BWAP in our Termux directory. Do you want to continue? Type yes for yes, type Y for yes and then hit enter. This will install both of these packages and it is almost completed now. It is completed. After these are installed, you can run your Apache server by typing Apache CTL and this will run your Apache server on your localhost. But as you can see here, we got some error too, like could not reliably determine the server's fully qualified domain name. But let's see if our server is running or not. Open any web browser and then visit 127.0.0.1 is to 8080 to see if your server works or not. As you can see here, we got message it works. That means our server is working, but we are getting this message. You can stop your Apache server by typing Apache CTL-K stop and your server is stopped. Now let's try to fix this error. I started a new session and right now if I will enter pwd, you can see I'm in home directory right now. And if I will type $prefix prefix, you can see we got a path that /data.com termux/file/user. You can type cd and then the same thing, that is prefix, to directly get inside that user directory. From here, if you will get inside that share directory that we see here, so simply type cd share and then hit enter. If I will do ls here, as you can see there is one directory named Apache 2. So get inside that directory by typing cd Apache 2. Here you will see another directory named default site. So get inside that directory. You can press tab for autocomplete. And then here you will see htdocs, just one directory. So get inside that directory and do ls. The files that you put in this htdocs directory will be displayed on your localhost server. As you can see here, right now there is just one file, that is index.html, and in that index.html it is written it works. That's why we saw it works on our localhost server. We will put all the files of BWAP in this directory so that we can see BWAP on our localhost server. Now let me show you one more Apache directory that we are going to need to configure our Apache server. For that, go back to your user directory by cd prefix. Listen carefully. We will put all the BWAP files in this shared directory, the Apache server that is located in that shared directory. And then there is another this etc directory in which we will modify our Apache server. See, if I will get inside etc directory, there is one Apache directory here too. So get inside that Apache directory. See, we are in Apache directory and here we are going to modify this file a lot throughout this video. This one httpd.conf. You can open it in your Nano text editor that is pre-installed in Termux. If it is not installed, then install it by using the command apt install nano, but it will be pre-installed. So now let's open this file by typing nano httpd.conf, and here as you can see, this is the configuration file of Apache web server. To suppress the message that we were getting while running or stopping the Apache server, just add this line, that is server name and then localhost at the beginning of this file, and then save it by ctrl plus O and then exit it by ctrl plus X. Say it is saved now and ctrl plus X to exit. And now we won't get that error because we added that server name localhost on the top of our file. See, the server is now running. Let's go and refresh this web page. It works. That means our server is running and we are not seeing that message again. And if I want to stop, I can simply type apache ctl-k stop to stop it. So we have fixed one error. Now it's time to install bwap. So first we will download bwap. So for that, type wget and then you have to type this link to download the latest version of bwap in your Termux application. Well, you don't have to type it. I will provide a link from where you can copy paste all the commands that I use. So after typing the link, just hit enter, but I think there is some error here. I made some typo. It is web werk works, and this will download the latest version of bwap. As you can see here, it is downloading and it is of 14 MB, so it won't take that much time to download, and it is almost completed now. So we have downloaded the latest version of bwap in a zip file. As I told you earlier that we need to put all the files of bwap in htdocs directory so that we can access it on our local server. That is why I will directly unzip this bwap zip file in that htdocs directory. So for that, type unzip -d and then $prefix and all the path, that is $prefix /share /apache2 /default site. You can use tab for auto completion, and after default site htdocs and then the zip file name, that is bwap latest.zip. So I will type bwap _latest.zip and then hit enter. Okay, we got an error because of the extra slash that I got while using autocomplete. So I will simply erase it and then I will hit enter. And as you can see, it is unzipped now. So let's go there and let's see if it is there or not. So we will go to cd ... and we are in user directory, and from here we need to get inside share directory, and from share apache2, and here we need to get inside that default site and then htdocs, and we should see bwap directory here. As you can see, there is our bwap directory. Now you have to give every permission to this bwap directory. So for that, type chmod -r and then 777 and then the directory name, that is bwap, and hit enter. Now if we will do ls, you can see that the directory color has been changed. That means it was successful. Now let's try to run our server and see that if it is working or not. So apache ctl and our server is running now. In your browser, in address bar, type bwap, that is our directory name. After that 127.0.01 is to 8080 and then install.php, that is the file in that bwap directory. Okay, we got another issue that we can see the file but it is in text format. The php is not loaded. So what we need to do is we need to configure our Apache server to load PHP. That is why you need to install some things like PHP and PHP Apache and then PHP 7 Apache. So install them using apt install command. Okay, PHP 7 Apache is conflicting, so I will simply erase it and then I will simply install those two packages. We will install PHP 7 Apache later at the time we will require it. So now after these two are installed, we install just PHP and PHP-Apache. So now let's stop our server and then let's run it to see if just installing these packages solves our error or not. So nope, no luck, we need to do something more than that. So now we need to get inside that, not here, not in htdocs, we need to get inside that etc. So I will open a new session and then directly we will get inside that etc slash apache2 directory by using cd $prefix command, and here we are in apache2 directory. And remember this httpd.conf file, we are going to make some changes to it again. So type nano httpd.conf, and now here we have to make some changes. For that, just scroll down until you see this section, that is load module section. Keep scrolling down until you find load module section. As you can see here, this is the load module section where there are so many load module lines. So here you have to comment this line, that is the second one, that is load module npm underscore worker. Make sure to comment that line even though if it is not second in your file, that is load module npm underscore worker. And then you need to remove that hash from this first line, so you need to uncomment the load module npm underscore prefork underscore module. So do that, and after that scroll down to the last of this load module section. Say scroll down, and here you have to add one more line, that is, I will type it, you can copy paste it, I will provide link in description. See, that is load module php7 underscore module, and then you need to type is libexec slash apache2 slash libphp7.so, and then you need to add handler by typing add, and then handler, 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 not double e, don't make typos here or it will throw out an error, and then php7 dash script and then .php. This is what you have to type here. After this you need to make one more change in this file, so scroll to the bottom of this file and then type include, as same as the line above, include, and then etc slash apache2 and then slash extra and then php7 underscore module.conf. That file is not there, so we will create it after we will save this file. So ctrl plus o to save and ctrl plus x to exit. Now we need to get inside that extra directory and create that file. Here type touch, we are going to create this file using the touch command. So type touch and then the file name, that was php7 underscore module.conf to create it, and then simply hit enter and it will create a new file named php7 underscore module.conf. Now our Apache web server should run PHP files if we have done all of this correctly. So let's go back to our session 1 and let's try to stop our Apache server first. Okay, we got an error in that file, that libphp7 not found. We got this error because we skipped the installation of php7 Apache due to the conflicting error. So we will install our php7 Apache. Do you want to continue? Yes. Hopefully after installing this package we won't see that error again. So let's just wait for this to be installed, and it is installed now. Now let's try to stop our server again, and we got an error again, but this time it is a different type of error, so we are making some progress. This is syntax error, so I think this error is because maybe I have made some typo in that file. So let's run that file again using nano text editor. Let me go one directory back and then nano httpd.conf, and let's see what I have done wrong here. Okay, so line 189, so just keep scrolling, and that error is here. Let me show you where the error is. I think that would be the error. Okay, where the heck is that? See, we added handler. Okay, see, there is our error. I forgot to add a freaking space between these two things, and that is why we got a syntax error. So don't make mistake like me. Add a space between php7 script and .php extension. and then save your file and then exit from NanoText editor, and now let's see if it works or not. So first we will stop our server and then run it again by Apache CTL. Okay, our server is running. Let's go back to our browser and let's try to refresh this page. Okay, and it is working. We are on installation page of our BWAP. Okay, we cannot install it. I clicked on click here to install and we got another error. Connection failed, no such file or directory. This is because we have not set up MySQL server for our BWAP application. So for that we need to set up MySQL for our BWAP, and for that we need to install MySQL, and for that we need to install MariaDB package in our Termux. So install it by apt install MariaDB. Do you want to continue? Yes, and let it be installed. After MariaDB is installed, you need to make sure that there is one directory named my.cnf.d in etc folder. So first let's get inside etc folder using this command, and then as you can see here that there is my.cnf.d directory. If it is not there, make sure to create one using mkdir command, and after that you can go back to your home directory. It's time to run our MySQL server. So for that type mysqld underscore save dash u root, and then you can add amsar and so that your MySQL server will run in background and you can use this terminal. Hit enter and now we can use this terminal. Type MySQL in your terminal to start MySQL interactive shell, and we have to create one user for our BWAP web application, and we need to configure it in our BWAP settings too. So for that first we will configure it and then we will create user according to that. So for that let me get inside that terminal where I have BWAP directory. See here in htdocs. So we will get inside that BWAP directory by cd BWAP, and here what we have to do is we need to get inside this admin directory. See, this is the admin directory, so we need to get inside that admin directory, and in this admin directory we need to make some changes to this settings.php file. So open that settings.php file in NanoText editor. Here just scroll down a little bit and you will see this database connection settings. Change this database server to 127.0.1. Make sure to do this or else it won't connect to your database. Change this username. After changing server, change this DB username to something else rather than root. For example, you can have root1, root2 or your name or anything that you want after changing your database server. So I will simply do it root1. If you want to change the password, you can change it too, but I will recommend you to leave it as it is. And after that, make sure to remember your username and password because we are going to need it after closing this file. So we have saved and closed that file. And now here in this MySQL interactive shell, you need to create one user with that same credentials. Type the command that I am typing right now to create the user, that is create user, and then in this double quotes your username. For me it is root1 and then @ localhost localhost, and then close your double quotes of localhost, and then identified by in double quotes enter your password. For me it is bug, and then semicolon, and then hit enter. If you get this message query OK, 0 rows affected, that means you have successfully created your user. Now you need to grant this user all privileges on BWAP's database. So for that type grant all privileges on BWAP dot star 2, again your username, that is root1 @ localhost, same thing that we did earlier, identified by, make sure to not make any typo, identified by, and then the password, that is, for me it is bug, for you if you have changed it, it will be something else. So bug and then the semicolon, don't forget the semicolon. Hit enter and we got query OK, 0 rows affected. That means it should work. So let's go back to our install.php. Here we are, and then click here to install bwap. So let's click on it, and bwap has been successfully installed. Yahoo! We did that. So now drop a like and comment something for YouTube algorithm so that my video will be recommended to more people. Now all you have to do here is to click on login button, and then you can start hacking. But yes, you have to enter credentials there, login ID and password. So let's go there and click on login button. Here, see, this is the ID and password. Login username is B and the password is bug. You can set the security level according to you. For low, it will be easier to hack, and in high, it will be very hard to hack. So it depends on your practice what you have to set your security level. And then simply click on login button to login. Okay, I don't want to save any passwords here, not now. And from here you can select hundreds of web attacks, and then you can practice them so that you can use them on real websites too. I have made a video about cross-site scripting attack, and I have used bwap in that video, so you can check that out to learn cross-site scripting and then practice in your phone. I am also going to make video on all other different types of attacks, so make sure to stay tuned for that. And that's it for this video. Don't forget to drop a like, and I will see you in next one.